Hello guys, welcome back to another video. It's me, Aviation Aiden, and today we're going to be looking at some of Gemini Jets September releases. September future releases, basically. September is my birthday month. So when these models come out, I definitely will be getting a bunch of these for my birthday, because I did see a few of them before I started this video, which is honestly pretty good, and they're pretty good models that I actually really want to get. So starting off here, as we can see, we have this Air Wisconsin CRJ 200. I was about to say CRJ 300. Honestly, this one isn't a bad model. I do plan on probably getting it because I really want to do a Toronto Pearson airport update on my channel, because if you don't know, Toronto Pearson is my home airport and the airport I plane spot at, or if you want to call it, my local airport. So Air Wisconsin does fly their they operate their CRJ 200s to Pearson. So I want to add those into my release videos. You will see a few more planes on here that do operate to Pearson, and I will let you know if they do. So I really want to get this model. A really nice model, not a bad release, really good. Next up here we have a Bonanza 737 MAX 8. This guy is really cool. It's a really nice model aircraft. I do not have this model plane in. Sorry, I'm not really familiar with the airline. Like, I've heard of it before. I'm not really familiar with it, but the purple livery honestly does look really good on it. Really stands out and everything. A really beautiful one. So, it depends. I might get it, but there are some models I would prefer over this. But this is still a very good release. I'm not gonna lie, this is a pretty good release, and this would be an amazing release for some people. Some people may favor this airline. I have seen people on TikTok that do favor this airline, so this would be a good release video. A good model release. Next up here we have this British Airways A321 300. This guy is a really good model. Honestly, British Airways has amazing liveries and amazing aircraft. Their fleet is honestly extraordinary. They have so many different aircrafts, so many different so many different aircrafts you probably didn't even know that they have. But British Airways has a lot of aircrafts, and they're just really amazing. So this British Airways A321, this guy looks really good, honestly. Really amazing model. I'm not gonna lie, I might actually get this, because it would be nice to have another small, short haul aircraft, and the British Airways livery can't go wrong on any aircraft at all. So yeah, I might as well just get this one. This is a pretty good release. I definitely like this one. Next up here we have this Emirates A380-800 in the new livery. This will actually be perfect for my Toronto Pearson airport update, because this guy actually, he does operate to Pearson, but Pearson switched from Emirates switched their planes, so the new livery now comes in on a daily service, and then they'll sometimes send in the old livery. So they switched it, so now the new livery will come in daily, but sometimes they'll switch it out with the old livery, and then they will rarely switch it out to the Dubai Expo livery. But this plane is really nice. I really am a fan of their new livery. It's just amazing, so it'd be nice to have this in my model airport. And then if anything, I might one thing I'm able to do with Threshold is I'm able to trade models, so I might trade my old A380 for my old Emirates A380 for this new aircraft. Next up here we have this Emirates 777-300ER. This guy is honestly really nice, like I said, because I like the new livery. 777, honestly, 777 is my favorite aircraft, and this beautiful livery, good livery, and my favorite aircraft combined together, you just can't really say no to that model. This model will actually be good for a Montreal airport update, because Emirates just started, well, not just started, but not too long ago, they started service with their 777s. They send their 777s 300 ERs to Montreal. They started this service during July. I'm not sure what time July, but they did start the service during beginning to mid-July. So this would be good for a Montreal airport update. But like I said, this model is really nice because, it's a pretty livery and my favorite aircraft combined. So there you go. So I definitely will be getting this model. And then next year we have this same Emirates 777, 300. This guy is basically, he just has flaps down, just in case you wanted a flaps down model, because flap down models honestly aren't bad. Next up here we have this Qatar 737 Max 8. This one's honestly pretty good. It's actually a new aircraft that Qatar added to their fleet. So it's a really good aircraft. It honestly looks so good with the 737 Max 8. Some people may say it looks good. It does look good. Honestly, it looks really good. It's honestly an amazing model. I can't say it's bad because it's honestly amazing. But I would prefer Qatar's bigger aircraft, like their 777s, 787s, their A380s, and their old 747s. Aircrafts like that. But honestly, this is still a really good model and a really good new release. Next up here we have the Southwest 737-800 in the Tennessee 1 livery. Personally, I like the Tennessee 1 livery. It's really beautiful. I do love the red. The white, and the blue. I love the stars and everything. Just really nice. And then you have your average and regular Southwest with the blue, red, and yellow colors. This model is pretty good. It's a really nice model, but I don't really collect Southwest models that much, as Southwest doesn't fly into Pearson at all. They do fly into Canada. I know they fly into Buffalo, Niagara, but they do not fly into Pearson, which is my local airport. So I don't really get I don't really get many Southwest aircraft, but this is still a really good aircraft. Next up here we have this Boeing 747-200, the Air Force One, or the United States of America presidential plane. This is the plane that the president does fly on. They have this in the 747, and they have a presidential 757. So those are the two. I think they have a 737. I'm not 100% sure, but I do know for a fact they do have a 747 and a 757. This aircraft is honestly pretty good. Not really aircraft for me, but I mean, if you're into if you're into Air Force, military, and presidential planes and presidential stuff like that, this would honestly be a really good model for you. It's not a bad model. It's pretty cool to have it in 1-200. It would be nice and really cool to have this in your airport too. Personally, I'm more of a commercial aviation kind of guy, but this is still a really good aircraft. Next up here we have this U.S. Air Force Boeing C-17 Globemaster in the North Carolina livery. I guess this aircraft I will be getting because as much as I say I am a commercial aviation kind of person, I also do have an interest for military cargo planes. So planes like the C-17 Globemaster, C-17 Galaxy, the Airbus A400M, military cargo planes like that, the Fat Alberts, different kind of aircraft like that. I have an interest for planes like that because, I don't know, they just satisfy me. They're really cool for some reason. I just find them really cool. This is a really nice aircraft. I do love it. I do like when Gemini Jet releases their Gemini Jet MACS planes, because it's all military cargo, really fun, really nice models, really cool, because the gray is really outstanding. I like how they're all gray, and it's kind of like they're a matte gray color, and they kind of just satisfy me and they suit me. I don't know why, but they're just really good planes. So I definitely will be getting this and will be putting this into my airport. Now moving on to the 1-200 section. Here we have this American Airlines Airbus A321neo. This guy is honestly a pretty good aircraft. I really don't have that much to say about it. I do like American Airlines smaller selection of aircraft, like I said before in many different videos. Really good smaller aircraft. The American Airlines livery suits the 737 Max the best in my opinion. But yeah, the American Airlines livery honestly fits a smaller aircraft better, like the 737, the A320, A321, CRJs, the Embraers and Bombardiers, dash like Q400 aircraft like that. So a pretty good release and pretty good for a 1 to 200 aircraft. Next up here for the 1-200 scale, we have this Bombardier Dash 8 100 in the American Airlines Piedmont Retro livery. This guy honestly is a pretty good. The aircraft honestly looks pretty nice. I'm not really familiar with the Piedmont Retro livery. Yeah, I'm not really familiar with that. I'm more familiar with the American Airlines Air Cal livery. I'm not really familiar with the Piedmont livery, but it honestly looks really good with the kind of red line at the bottom, the blue and the red Piedmont titles, and then American Eagles title at the bottom. Honestly, really nice aircraft. Um, I won't be getting this aircraft. I don't really collect 1 to 200, but I do plan on getting either a Air Canada 777-300, 300, 1 to 200 scale, or a Caribbean Airlines 737 Max 8. So those are the two 1 to 200 aircraft I plan on getting, if anything, because my birthday's coming up. But this is honestly a really pretty aircraft, and it may be a really good release or maybe a highly favored release among other people. Next up here we have this British Airways 777-200ER. This guy is honestly really cool. I will be getting. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I've got season 1 to 200. I will be getting the 1 to 400 version of this model because I do want to do a smaller aircraft. Because me and M18 Aviation will be doing a stop motion. We may be doing a stop motion model collab. So yeah. This is a really nice aircraft, really beautiful aircraft. British Airways 777s are honestly amazing, and despite it is in 1-200 form, I honestly would buy it. And then down over here, we just have the same British Airways plane, just with flaps down. Next up here, we have this Delta 717-200. This guy, honestly, really amazing aircraft. Really nice. I do love Delta 717s. Delta do operate the 717. I think they still do. I'm not 100% sure. I know that they definitely used to operate their 717s to Pearson because I caught them twice. I caught one landing at Pearson and I caught one flying over my grandma's house. So yeah, this is a really nice model. Really nice for 1 to 200. And it's not really a big aircraft too, so you could buy it. This aircraft will probably be like the price of a like a 1 to 400 A380, because they're usually around $80, and since this is like a smaller aircraft, I'm assuming it's gonna be like $89, $90. Really nice aircraft, really good, and honestly, it would be an honest good model to buy. This is honestly a model I would recommend that you purchase. Really, really good model. Next up here we have this Emirates A380-800. And still in the 1-200. This guy is honestly really nice, but the only thing is, if you don't have that much room, I would not suggest getting this model because the A380 is really, really big. Like, if you were to take the A380 and 1 to 400 scale and compare it to that same 717 that I showed you, or A321 that I showed you, the 1 to 400 A380 would probably be about that size, if not bigger. So I would suggest if you don't have that much room not to get this model. But if you do have a bunch of room, you should get this. The new livery is honestly amazing, and having this in 1:200 scale, like a bigger scale, would honestly be really, really nice. Next up here we have this a Boeing 737-700 in the Royal Australian Air Force. This guy is honestly really good. Like I said, if you're into military planes and more like presidential and Air Force commandment aircrafts, these would be the aircraft for you. I would suggest also getting this if you don't have that much space, because it is a 737-700, which is a smaller version of the 737. So if you do not have that much space, I would suggest getting it, because the 737-700 is honestly a pretty good plane. If you do not have that much space, or you have a smaller airport or a smaller, I don't know, display case or cabinet or whatever you have, I would recommend this model if you're looking to buy an Air Force model or presidential model that is smaller and small enough to fit inside of a display case or on a small shelf. And then here we have that same 737-700, but in the Royal Australia Air Force 100 years livery. So same aircraft, same exact thing, just in the 100 years livery. So if you're looking for more special livery, then you should get this one. Next up here we have this Southwest 727-200 in the Desert Gold livery. This guy's a pretty good retro livery, and is honestly a pretty good retro plane too. Retro livery and retro plane put together. Really nice aircraft. I would recommend getting this if you're into retro, like retro aviation, and more like younger kind of aviation, or older kind of aviation, stuff like that. I would suggest this plane. A really nice plane, and this livery is honestly really good with the 737-800. Next up here we have this TAM Fokker F-100. This guy is a pretty good aircraft. Honestly, really nice. TAM is a famously known older kind of airline. Older kind of airline, and the Fokker aircraft are also more so known as an older aircraft. Really good aircraft, really good airline. So I would suggest purchasing this model. Really nice release, honestly really beautiful release, very pretty aircraft. I would definitely get this. They do have this in the 1-400, so I will probably be getting it in the 1-400 scale. Next up here we have this U.S. Air MD-82. This guy, honestly, I'm not really sure about this guy. He seems like a pretty cool aircraft. I honestly do like the colors of the livery. I may get this because the colors are really nice. And since it is 1-200, I won't be adding it to my airport, so I might get it. I do like the shades of red with the kind of light red, dark red, and the maroonish color. The red, maroonish color, and the kind of brown, the darker maroon color. Really nice. And then the chromosome gray, I guess, around it. Looks really nice, so I might actually get this because it is a very pretty aircraft. And lastly, we have this Piper J3 Cub. This is in the 1-72 scale. This aircraft is bigger than 1-400 scale. 1-200 scale as the Cessna planes, and the Piper J3 Cub is a very small aircraft. 1-200 wouldn't be big enough for this aircraft, so they would have to bring their size higher. So they brought this to the 1-72 scale. This is a pretty cool model. I do like Cessnas. I wish they did have detailed Cessnas for 1-400. but sadly they don't. But it's still a really, really nice plane. I love flying this plane in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and it is a really, really good plane. Now this is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Now one thing I did want to say is I was supposed to be doing this video with M18 Aviation. Sadly he wasn't able to do it. I wanted to get this video done before September, but sadly he won't be able to do it due to the flood in the hurricane heading towards Florida and Tampa. He wouldn't be able to send me the videos, so I wish him the best. I wish him luck. I pray for him. I pray for all of Florida, all of Cuba, and things will get better. I promise you. The hurricane, I think, has passed now. I hope he's okay, but yeah. This is the end of the video. I hope he's good, and I hope everyone who's in Tampa right now in Florida, I wish them the best of luck. And all I have to say is just you have to keep on moving, stay positive, do not put yourself down, do not think negative, because one thing you guys have to know is when God closes a door, he always opens a window. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm going to see you guys in the next video, which will be the NG model release video. That will be coming out probably a day or two after this one, after you guys see this one, or after this one's posted. So yeah, I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Bye.